Hey guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back. I appreciate the support. Well, guys, today, the autopsy report has been made public for one Lashawn Thompson. If you guys don't remember who Lashawn Thompson was, he was the guy that died last September in Fulton County Jail, and he was the inmate that was covered in sores from bed bugs and lice. And you know, as sad as this case is, the autopsy reports have came out, but I want to just show the video clip, let you guys see it for yourself. We'll come back and talk about it. But I mean, this right here is a strange case, and it's a sad case altogether. No human being should endure what Mr. Thompson endured. And it just says a lot, especially to youth. You shouldn't go in jail because can't nobody protect you. You know, they don't care if you get the right medication. They don't care if you get the right medical attention, period. Once you're in there, you're at your own mercy because ain't nobody going to look out for you but you. And unfortunately, in the case of Mr. Thompson, it ended in a tragic situation. Check it out.
We're following some breaking news right now. In the last 30 minutes, an independent autopsy is showing the cause of death for Lashawn Thompson, who died in police custody. His family hired an attorney to conduct their own investigation, and today we're learning he died from a mix of severe neglect, dehydration, rapid weight loss, malnutrition, and untreated schizophrenia. Now, Thompson died last September in the Fulton County Jail. He was found covered in sores and bites from bed bugs and lice, but attorneys say he died from, quote, criminal negligence. The autopsy revealing he was not receiving any of the necessary medication to treat his schizophrenia. Georgia NAACP President Gerald Griggs and prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump, they were at today's announcement. They're calling for an investigation into the Fulton County Sheriff's Office now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the autopsy report. And this goes out to everybody that that's out there doing something they're not supposed to do. You need to keep your butt out of jail. Because I'm going to be honest with you. This man died of severe neglect, just like they said. Lack of medication. You got high blood pressure, diabetes, anything where you got to take insulin, anything you got to take some type of medication to keep you functioning normally. You shouldn't be out there doing any kind of craziness. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. But, you know, in jail, it ain't like a hospital where sometimes they won't refuse you treatment. In jail, it's every man for himself. Look at the situation with Mr. Thompson, schizophrenic. Guys, it said he died from severe neglect, dehydration, lack of medication for his schizophrenia, malnutrition, he wasn't eating, and among other things. Now think about that. We went all long, you know, we talked about this before in the video I did about this. And I'll leave it in the pop-up so you guys can go check it out that didn't see my video of that. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. They treated this guy like an animal, and he suffered immensely. I mean, he suffered. Think about this. Bugs and stuff biting on him. You know, bed bugs create sores. They itch. I know it was driving him crazy in there. Did you see that cell? Let me see if I can find a picture of that cell when they pulled him out. See the cell? Who can live in that? That looks like one of those kennels where a dog just was sitting in there, like in a hoarder's house, where it's just feces and all kind of stuff all over the place, and it's very unkept. You know, as if the dog is they're just waiting for the dog to die. Somebody, like Ben Crump said, Attorney Ben Crump, somebody got to be held accountable. And I'm not just talking about guards. I'm talking about medical staff and everything. When you come in there, they check to see if you have anything. Now, I don't know if this man had said, hey, he ain't got no mental illness or something like that. But either way, he should have been diagnosed when he started acting out of order. Any person that's sane can see somebody that's not acting sane. So he should have been in the clinic or anything when he wouldn't eat or drink. That right there let me know that this place, Fulton County Jail, they work on a shift-by-shift basis to where they pass you off to the next shift and the next shift, so on and so forth. You get lost in the paperwork. They ain't taking no documentation of whether this man ate or not. Dehydration, severe dehydration. He was dried up, y'all. Severe dehydration. He wasn't getting his medication. It's like nobody, if you want to, and he was on a psych ward, you on a psych ward, the pill nurse come down the thing and pass out medication. They document when you don't take it. Think about that. There's a doctor supposed to be on staff monitoring these files. He need to go too. Ward need to be in trouble. And I think this is just one of the cases that made it public. It's a lot of other cases like that. I was in Harris County Jail down here, thank God, temporarily, but they was wheeling people in with fresh gunshot wounds the night before going into incarceration. They seeping wounds and everything else. They don't care. Once you get in there, it's over. The medical, just in jail, period, and in prison, the medical help you'll get is very minuscule at best if you get anything. I was in federal prison. I had a headache from an abscess, right? My face swelled up. It took 4 days to get there. I could have died. 4 days. The swelling stuff wound up going down for itself. And when I seen that, man, it felt like my head was getting torn in half. All I could do was writhe in pain in the bed. I'm like, yo, I got to see a doctor. And I'm looking out the window of the medical clinic right there. They don't care. They don't care. That's why I'm like, yo, that one time I went to prison, that was it for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like stuff like this, it's messed up and it's unfortunate. I mean, he suffered. No water. I mean, you can't drink that water out the spigot. I don't know if y'all know that water, that's recycled water in those jail cells, and it stinks. You cannot drink that. So I know he was going through it. I know he was going through it. And the family did right. They got their own independent autopsy. They didn't mess with nothing the state says. You know what I'm saying? And they got a serious lawsuit coming. That whole Fulton County jail need to be turned over on its side and blown up. It's messed up. You got guards in there being told what to do with by inmates. You got all kind of crazy stuff going on. One woman sucking fingers, the other woman in there stealing overtime, just all kind of crazy stuff. You cannot keep order when those that are supposed to keep order are out of order themselves. And thus is the case. This man right here, I hope that family sue the pants off of that jail. And it's so many things that's wrong with this. Like, none of the guards, and I'm gonna tell you something, when people go into these suffer from schizophrenia, they do a lot of loud outbursts, a lot of banging against the wall, a lot of crazy stuff to where you will have to go look at him. Nobody's seen his body, his chest. You know, a lot of times they come out of their clothes because they crazy, they feel hot and all kind of stuff. Nobody's seen he was hurting himself. He was all messed up. Nobody's seen the cell was nasty. Hey, man, get him out of this cell, move him to another cell. We got to clean this cell up. He can't live in there like that. That's a health hazard. Nobody's seen that at all. Think about that. Nobody's seen that at all or cared to do anything about it. Everybody turned the other cheek. And that's the part that's disgraceful about this thing. This is a human being. A human being, and they treated him inhumanely. I hope they take every last penny they can from these people. And it's messed up. But this should go as a lesson. Don't go to jail if you can avoid it. I mean, you should be able to avoid it. But man, who wants to go into that type of condition? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Listen, I'm Stock Market Steve with the Dynamic Reason Channel. May Lashawn Thompson rest in peace and his family find some type of justice from this. Because, I mean, this is a hell of a story to tell family members coming up about your uncle Lashawn. All the good times and good things they have to say about him is marred by the way he met his demise. Sinful. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe.